Wow, Broncos country. Welcome into this episode of Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports, our instant reaction after you're looking at it. The Broncos won 33-32 after being down 19-0 heading into the fourth quarter of this game. My first initial thought here, and I don't know if you're a politically religious person, I don't know if you're deeply spiritual, it doesn't matter. There was a higher force that was rooting for the Broncos today. Because just say it out loud. 33 points in one quarter. And the Broncos did nothing right all day. Defensively getting picked around and picked apart by Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo. Offensively, don't even get me started. One play after another, the penalties, the dropped passes, the tipped balls from Bo Nix, the bad play calling from Sean Payton. You name a problem on offense, the Broncos had it. Hell, it was one of the worst offensive performances I have seen all season long. But the reason you stick around and the reason you subscribe to the channel is because anything can happen. Anything. And I'll be the first one to admit, all stream long, I was talking about the post-game reaction and how I was going to be brutally honest about what the Broncos need to fix. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot this team has problems with. But what on earth happened in the fourth quarter? I'll tell you what happened. Bo Nix happened. There's only one way that I can describe this. There was a higher power, and Bo mother-freaking Nix, who threw 50 times today, had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, led the Broncos back, and won the football game. I've never seen anything like it. And if you were expecting in this episode some play-by-play, deep dive analysis, this is the wrong episode. That's later this week. I will go through the numbers. I will go through the X's and O's later on this week. I can't right now. Why? There's nothing to dissect. There's nothing to dissect. The Broncos pulled off a miracle win. At the end of the game, the pass interference call on Riley Moss, the missed extra point. There's nothing to explain it other than God is a Denver Broncos fan. He is. And Demaryius Thomas, the Ring of Fame game today. He was there. He was on that field. I mean, look at the Broncos penalties, dude. 12 penalties for 127 yards. You lost the time of possession. You lost the third down. You lost the first down. You beat them in total yards, but if any Broncos fan is sitting there throughout the first 3 quarters of the game, if you were on this stream, you were miserable. As you should have been. It was terrible football. It was terrible. And even the defense, who has been great all year long, clearly was frustrated, infuriated, whatever adjective you want to throw. They felt that certain type of way about the offense because it was horrendous to watch. And yet, somehow, some way, the Denver Broncos, after a pick by Justin Stranad, find themselves back into the end zone, down 3, get the ball back. It was just incredulous to see. Cortland Sutton played fine, played very good, had some really great catches down the stretch. Everything that was great about the performances tonight that you saw were down the stretch. Troy Franklin dropped balls, stopped his routes. Marvin Mims, I thought, played excellent today. He's probably one of the only, from start to finish players that played out of his mind. He was great. He was absolutely great. Even Evan Ingram later in the game, who didn't get his first catch, I think, until late in the third, maybe early fourth. Even he showed up. It's a team win. It's a full team win. If you would have told me that the Broncos scored 33 points in one game, I probably would have told you were on crack. I'm not even going to lie to you. I probably said, what kind of drugs are you smoking? But relentlessness pays off. Passion pays off. Perseverance pays off. Belief in one another pays off. Bo Nix paid off, because if there was one quarterback that you wanted to take in the fourth quarter this season, it'd probably be Bo Nix. It probably would. I'm going to continue on with my thoughts in this game, and believe me when I say they're very nebulous right now. It's very cloudy up here. But I got to tell you about my friends over at PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day. I bet you that one decision to leave the Broncos stream was probably not the smart one. But on PrizePicks, it absolutely pays to be right. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on PrizePicks, where it is good to be right. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can now pick the same player up to 3 times in the exact same lineup. If you wanted to pick the more on Bo Nix's passing yards, rushing yards, and touchdowns, you probably would have hit. Now you can pick all of them in the exact same lineup only on PrizePicks. Follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it is a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you love, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create on the feed tab in PrizePicks. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. So, welcome back. This was just, rank them up in the greatest comebacks you've ever seen. Maybe not in NFL history. Like, you could probably find, if you were to deep dive into the archives of the bowels of the NFL, you could probably find something. This, in my opinion, was the most wild football game I've ever watched. I thought the defense did as well as it could have, given the offensive struggles. Hell, at the end, you should have won the game on that pick. Talanoa Hufanga and Brandon Jones collide together, and they drop the ball. The next play, Dart throws a bomb down the right sideline. Riley Moss called for pass interference. I'm not going to harp on any one individual player tonight because the Broncos won in dramatic fashion. That's like calling midnight black. It's insane. I think the Giants are a good football team. I do. I don't think they know how to win, at least not yet. I think they're a good football team. I think Jackson Dart's a hell of a quarterback. I got to give him a ton of credit. He played his ass off today. So is Cam Scatterbo. That's a great 1-2 punch. They're going to be great for the next 5 to 10 years, as long as they remain healthy. But the Broncos, man. You remember that Thanos meme, Producer Reed, where he's like, I am inevitable? That's Bo in the fourth. That is Bo in the fourth. I am inevitable. I really don't know what else to say. My heart is beating at 1,000 beats per minute. I might have to get a pacemaker put in to stabilize my idiopathic arrhythmia. Every player, even Dre Greenlaw today. Welcome back to the show, brother. He played great. Hufanga, every player deserves their kudos down the stretch of that football game because it was the most insane comeback I have ever seen. And I'm sure there's going to be Broncos fans that get down there. Moose, you were negative all game long. You were saying this. You were saying that. Weren't you? Producer Reed just said it. There was nothing to be happy about. Nothing. You were getting tossed around like a fucking rag doll. And yet, you came back and you won. That's what matters today. That is what matters today. Last week, I said, I'm not happy with the win over the New York Jets, and I wasn't. Today, I'm ecstatic. That is a character-building win right there. That is a character win right there. And Producer Reed, I really don't have much else to say other than, how about them Broncos? God bless Bo Nix. God bless Demaryius Thomas. God bless the Mile High crew. And God bless Sean Payton. All right. That's going to do it for us on today's episode. If you love the Broncos, hit that thumbs up icon. Subscribe to the channel, right? I don't know what else to say to you. But Maya, high salute. Be cool.